Hello, Loy from loymachedo.com. Today is the 7th of March 2014 at 1:34 in the morning. I got 4 emails, so I just want to address them. The first one is, hi Loy, I've read about how you've been abused as a student both by parents and teachers and your relatives. How did you deal with it and how did you manage to overcome it? How did I deal with it? Well, to tell you honestly, I just took one day at a time as it came. I would cry a lot. I definitely would cry a lot. I used to inflict pain on myself by, I used to watch those Jean-Claude Van Damme movies where he was kicking a coconut tree, like kickboxer and all that. So what I would do is I would take my knuckles and punch it on the wall really hard, really violently, which I don't recommend. And then I found out bodybuilding, so I started doing push-ups. I started taking heavy weights, and I guess that is how I was able to channelize my energy from negative to positive. But later on, I started taking a kind of a positive revenge format. Like every time they would do something bad, I would try to invest in myself to prove that I was better than them. Like I'll give you an incident. If my stepfather said I was dumb and stupid, I would read more books and I would have a conversation in front of all the relatives so that he would look stupid, and because he would not know what I was talking about. At least that's what I assumed. So how did I overcome it? Well, simple. I just channelized my energy into the right way and ensure that whatever was negative, I try to make it positive. So this is what I did. Second one, hi there. I hope you read my message. I have seen your videos and you mentioned to send an email whenever we have problems. So I thought it was a good idea. I'm a student from grade 11. My exams were really bad. Okay. I'm really upset about it. See, listen, once your exams are over, it's over, finished. Okay. No point being upset about it. It's like me, like they say, spilt milk, it's gone. So if, let's say I messed up an opportunity, I had an interview and I did a really bad job. So being upset about it is natural, but prolonging the feeling is no use because it's over, it's done with, you can't change anything, okay? I never wanted arts, but my mom forced me to take it. Now, this is stupid, okay? Besides, my marks in the 10th were really bad. Okay, if your marks were bad, then you didn't have a choice, so obviously you'd have to take arts, because if you don't get good marks, it's very hard for you to survive in science. Commerce, well, 50-50. But I guess the reason why your mom maybe kind of forced you to take up arts is because she maybe kind of analyzed the fact that you would not study very hard. That's what I'm assuming, okay? Forced me to take, my marks in the 10th were really bad. I felt like committing suicide today because my papers were really bad. Okay. See, I'm 37. Okay, I failed so many times. Now, I just look at my school life and just see it as a passing phase. Every time you have a bad failure or you have something that is not going your way, thinking of suicide does not solve anything. Okay, let's say you suicide, you kill yourself. What's next? Finish. Life is over. I mean, there's no heaven, there's no hell. You just made a complete mess out of the whole thing. There will be times in life, there will be moments in life where you will fail. Yes, you will fail. You'll have failed relationships. You'll have a failed job opportunity. That doesn't mean you end your life. You take life as it comes. You plan well. You prepare hard. See, for instance, let me tell you this: if you were given world-class guidance under a world-class tutor, and you really spent time, dedicated yourself. Let's say there was no Facebook, there was no friends, there was no parties. You were in the school where you just had to study. You were focused. I'm sure you would have done well. The problem is maybe your parents are not there at home. Maybe the teachers are boring. Maybe the subject is not so good. It can be a lot of factors. But thinking of suicide does not help anything, my dear. There is more to life than just suicide, okay? You'll one day meet a really handsome guy. You'll one day earn good money. You'll one day get to travel the world. You'll one day, get to go with your friends outside. So there's a lot more to life than just suicide. I think suicide is a really stupid way out. In fact, I wouldn't even call it a way. I call it a curse. Because my papers went bad, and you're trying to kill yourself only for a test paper. Come on, you're better than that. I can't focus on my studies due to family problems. Okay, if you can't focus on your studies due to family problems, you need to address this with your family. Okay, you need to address this with your family. You can't address it with your family, then you need to suck it up and you need to ignore it, because let's say in my family, they were all jerks. Now, if I start focusing on them, after 20 years, I can't, if I get a lousy job and a lousy salary, I can't say, because of my mummy when I was 4 years old. Come on, you can't help it. So just ignore, close your eyes, close your ears, and focus on what you're supposed to do, because you don't destroy your life because of someone else. Because another few years, 10 years, 15 years, your parents are not going to be there. Maybe they'll be back home in India and you're going to be somewhere else. So do you want a lousy job? Do you want to mess up your life because of somebody else? Come on, don't do that. I really try my best to study and memorize things, but I can't. Well, some people can, some people can't, but practice makes perfect, okay? I was an average student till grade 8, but then getting low marks in grade 9. Well, maybe because studies became tough and you don't have that much of interest, which really upsets me. Please help me, because I'm really depressed if I'll pass or not. Okay. Now, what I suggest you to do is, number one, get a hold of a couple of rank holders who are your friends, befriend them and ask them to help you. See, if you ask people for help, people do help. Speak to your parents, speak to adults, speak to your teachers, ask everyone to help you. And listen, another thing is, you need to create the environment where you can study. Now, if in case you want to study and you have Facebook open, you have music open, you have your TV open, you have your friends calling you, you have your phone, your BBM, I don't think that's an environment to study. Now, for example, if I have to do a book review, which I want to do, I put off Facebook, I switch off the internet browser, I switch off even my phone, and I focus on what I'm supposed to do. Because even this video, I can't do this video if I have 10 other things distracting me. So you need to really focus, okay? And last and not the least is, there is no try business. There is only, can you do it or can you not, okay? So if you really want to do something, I believe a girl like you who has the courage to write me a letter, who really thought, I'll send him a letter and I'll do it, I believe you can really do it. So stop selling yourself short. You need to memorize, like you memorize phone numbers, which is more tough than studying anything. And if you take interest, I'm pretty sure that you can succeed. Remember this, if you want to succeed, there's no excuse. So don't give yourself an excuse, be determined, and I'm sure you will do it. Okay? Next letter. Hello, Loy, I'm pretty confused about my career. I not only want a job which I love doing, but also want to earn enough doing it. Okay, I do not need to depend on anyone and satisfy my luxury needs. Well, everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants a job which they love and earn enough so they don't have to depend on anyone. Okay, my strengths are understanding people, creativity, and developing new ideas. Now that is pretty vague. Everyone is creative, everyone has ideas, and everyone can understand people. So that does not translate to business. You need to understand one thing. When you get a job, you need to ensure that the service you're providing someone is profitable. Now, if I go and tell someone I'm very creative, he'll say, even I'm creative. It's pretty vague. You need to make it tangible. Okay? I'm a confident speaker as well. Good. If you're a confident speaker, that is good. But now here the question is, what is the content? What is the content of what you're speaking? Are you just rattling? Are you just speaking big stuff? Do you have any credibility? Do you have any experience? Do you have any content of what you are speaking? Okay, I like subjects like psychology and business. Good. Then what I recommend is buy as many books as possible, like how I've done. Read as many books as possible, like how I'm doing or trying to do. Watch many documentaries. Educate yourself. Write notes. Write blogs. That'll help you that'll make you better. What do you think I should do for a career? See, it's pretty vague because I don't know how old are you. I do not know much about you. I have not met you. So it's pretty premature for me to even assume what would be your career, because I'll have to sit down with you. I'll, have to assess you. So it's like a girl coming up to me and saying, who I've never met, would you marry me? So, it doesn't work out that way. So if you, by just giving me your strengths and weaknesses without knowing your age, your background, or what do you specialize in, it's very premature for me to answer this question. All right. So send me more details. Maybe then I can help you, and maybe we need to talk. So that's where I think we can move forward. Finally, hi Loy, you are the complete and perfect person who can raise the voice of the youth. Well, thank you. Every person has a dream, and for me, being a student, have a dream of becoming a singer. Okay, one of the most toughest and most challenging and the highest amount of what do you call the failures, that industry. So you plan to be a singer. It's a dream. I've dreamt it for years, which is okay, not bad, which is good. The reason I mailed you is just I need some useful advice on how and where do I start. Okay, how and where do you start? You start from wherever you are. And how do you do it? You go for every event, every function, every place. You keep singing. But you need to understand this. Dubai is not the place to do it. UAE or the Middle East is not the place to have a career as a singer. If you want to move into singing, you need to try somewhere like India. So are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to make the sacrifices to pursue your career? If not, well, this is just, you need to take it as a hobby. And where do you start? You start by going for events. You start putting up your videos on YouTube. You start taking every possible gig. There's one girl who I know, Ashwati. She's an exceptional singer, brilliant singer, fantastic singer. But, you know, even though she does a lot of gigs, she's a Keralite singer, a lot of these film stars and events and all that, she has to pay her bills. So she's working a normal job, even though she has an amazing voice. So you start from wherever you are, but at the same time, remember, you need money. Okay, where to start? And if you could get some help of yours, it'd be perfect. Well, the people who I know all are money-minded and focused. So unless you're really damn good, like you have exceptional talent with unbelievable looks, only then they're going to entertain you. Others is going to be pretty hard. Hope to receive a reply or video from you and some advice how you can make a dream of a teenager come true. You want to succeed, start working hard. Like Pete Sampras, and you know, his father put him for being trained under the world's best tennis coach when he was just 3 years old. So from the age of 3 till the age of, I think, 16 or 17, he was practicing 10 to 12 hours a day. So if you're willing to put this kind of hard work, this kind of dedication for 10 to 12 years, for an average of, and be trained under the world's best, only then you can achieve success. My name is so-and-so. I'm from IHS, Indian High School. Love the work you're doing, creating new thoughts and new ideas in the hopes of teens. Hopefully you see this and reply soon as possible. Love, whatever. Okay, so I hope I answered these questions. Thank you very much for the emails. It's now 1:46 in the morning and I have to get ready for the marathon, but I just thought I'd finish this video. It's a lot of work. Anyway, thank you very much. Loy at loymachedo.com. Anything else, let me know. Goodbye.